Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the day of the video. Darren has a good day today. Oh god. It is actually really warm. This morning it was so grey and like raining. Haven't driven in the rain in a long time. And I left like a little bit earlier than normal, expecting it to be like rammed because as soon as it rains everyone forgets how to drive. But it turns out no. It was fine. And as the day went on, it's now fucking roasting again. Now roughly 3 million degrees outside, and it's very hot, so I've got all the windows open before Laura gets back. Oh, hello Graham. Are you really warm as well, love? Is that why you're awake? Is that why you're awake? Jimmy, it's too warm. Or are you worried about my coughing? I'm okay, Graham. Don't worry about it. Look, your whiskers are so bloody big. Go back in your little house. Do you like your tube? Bye-bye. So, yeah, what's been going on today? Today I finished, at last, a Hibernate tutorials. Fucking happy birthday. And I'm now on to the next one, which is JSF. And I couldn't get it working. And I've somehow managed to just I tried to roll back to, like, in version control, roll back to the original version before I started making loads of changes trying to get this new thing to work, this new dependency in. And it's just fucked. So I need to figure out what's going on there. That's a tomorrow problem. I'm just sitting there getting annoyed at it, and the problem is, flipping heck. I meant to cut the camera there, but I missed the button. The problem is, right, JSF is, I know what the the purpose of these tutorials are to get used to the technologies that they use, like Hibernate and stuff. It's important to get used to the technologies they use so that when I come across it in the wild, I know about it. The thing is, going through all this setup stuff, at every given opportunity I'm just reminded of how much better C# is. I just fucking hate Java. It's so crap. Like, everything is an additional, like, plugin, and, like, nothing works out the box. Nothing is just like, there you go, here you go, you want something, bam, there you go, it just works. Like, everything's like bolted on plugins that don't really lie well together and don't mesh and end up having like these huge XML files with a fuckload of dependency stuff. Like, that might be the case in C#, but I don't have to mess about with it. It does it for me. Like, the thing that I was trying to do today was so trivial. It's so trivial. Like, I could pull it off in literally less than 5 minutes, and I spent all day and I still haven't got it. I'm following a tutorial, literally following like an online step-by-step guide. Don't work. And I don't know why. I've got everything the same. That never happens with C#. It's never happened for me in C#. God! But otherwise, lunchtime I spent doing some more programming and stuff, and I've realised again that I'm rewriting my design again. What I was going to have was I was going to have the help argument doing the calculations, so it needs to know something that knows all the arguments, which in turn knows the help argument, which knows something, and then you get a cyclic dependency. But in theory, what I've basically been doing, the whole idea of my help argument is wrong, because I have an argument that is doing more. I have like an I argument, which is an interface for arguments, and all the arguments do kind of the same thing, except the help argument. So if someone's looking at the code, there's nothing that gives away the fact that the help argument is quite a complicated argument and it does more than it should do. So I'm breaking my solid principles. So I've decided that what I need is a complete... Like, the way that I'm doing it is so weird. The way that I'm doing it is just like generating all of the help text within the help argument and then pulling it out. Whereas really all I should do is say, okay, here's the help thing. That should be managed by an external controller. The help argument doesn't care in itself what... Like, that's a weird scenario. In every other case, the arguments are just used to store data. Whereas in this case, the help argument was gathering the data itself, storing it itself, and then managing that bit. And it's too much stuff. It wasn't really doing all that, but it's too much stuff. So I need to simplify it down. So I've now like stripped it all out, and I've just got a help argument that literally just takes the arguments it's been given, saves them, and then passes them back, and then it's the job of the argument controller to then figure out what to do at that point. So the argument controller will then go back to the help text builder and all that kind of stuff, and it's just much better. Like, I don't know why I've got this weird fork where you end up just going down a hole. It was bad design, basically. Otherwise, came back home, it was lovely and warm, driving in the car home, getting a suntan, out window on my one arm. I'm waiting for Laura to come back. What's for dinner tonight? We have baked fish. We have, oh, the fridge is open there. How long has that been open for? Did I open that when I came back? Or, oh, no. I think that's been closed properly. Everything's still cold, but there's a thin pool of water here. Anyway, we've got smoked bassa fillets, apparently, for dinner. It's going to be lovely. Let's shut this properly. I don't think I've been in there since I came back. So it must have been like it all day. Oops. Okay, right. Well, I need to de-ice the back of it anyway. Problem is it's full. Okay, well, either way, nothing you can do about it now, is there? But yes, I'm kind of just waiting for Laura to come back. I don't actually know how you cook this. I think you like put the fish in some foil, put some like butter and pepper on it and stuff, and then season it and then cook it. And I don't know what I'm doing, so waiting for Laura to get back. And then I can start cooking. It's time jump, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Just after I stopped talking to you earlier, Laura came in, and then we had dinner and stuff, and it was absolutely lovely. I really like smoked fish. I didn't used to. I used to call it yellowfish as a kid. Oh no, I used to like it, then I went off it, and then I really liked it again. Something that I never used to have was fish, and Laura has it. And like, that's one of the meals that she's like implanted on me. And it's delicious, it's got to be said. Also very much good for you. Okay, what's been going on this evening? This evening has been a productive evening. Me and Laura have been working through some stuff. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, I don't think I did, but recently I've been looking into some of the things that are related to organising my company and stuff. And I've been recently gotten into Medium, the blogging thing. What I've really enjoyed reading about is like designs and like designing things and user interfaces and all that kind of stuff. I think they're really interesting like posts. And I think like the world of designing, like there was a post about like ripping, like really closely analysing the Instagram redesign, and it's really interesting. It's something I've gotten interested in. And today I started thinking about, just casual, absent-mindedly, started thinking about the fact that at some point soon, at some point in the future, my company, I'll be able to tell you the name, my business and the product, my software solution I'm currently making now, they'll have websites and they'll have a name and they'll market themselves, in which case they're going to need a website and B, a brand. Now they've been named, but they don't have logos or anything like that yet. And that's what I've been thinking about today, is designing logos, mainly because I saw a post about logos and stuff. I was like, oh crap, I've got to do logos. So in the back of my mind today I've been thinking about designing logos, and I came back home, like after dinner, I like showed Laura my designs, and like the first design for the company name was like outright no, it looks like a mess. I keep these, so I'll show you all when I've figured. It's going to be a long run, by the way. So anyway, I was going through them all, and then we like brainstorming. My idea for my software is good, it's cool, me and Laura both like it. It's just a case of execution. It's one of the things where you want it to look a certain way, otherwise it might look too childish. But like, there's a lot of things. I've basically like taken things like Docker and Octopus Deploy as my inspiration, as a case of, if you looked at the logo you wouldn't guess it's a really nerdy software thing. But I've decided on the concept of that, and then over the course of the evening me and Laura decided upon something else, which is the logo for the company. And I think it's really cool. The problem is we can't draw it. Like, I could make myself, in theory, I could make my own, my software's icon, but I couldn't make my company logo. Like, I just don't know how. I can't even draw it by hand without it looking bad. So I needed to draft in a professional. So I've got in contact with a friend of mine who does similar things. She's currently in America though, so I've got to wait till the end of September. But it gives me long enough to like make sure that I'm happy with it. But like at the moment, I'm like, that's a brilliant idea. I really like it. So yes, I've been talking to her and I've been like, look, what's the going rate for designing logos and stuff? Because like I don't want mates rates or anything like that. I just want like I'm no one. I want to pay like the full price. As a software engineer, it's like it's a common thing where friends and family are like, oh, can you just do this? I'll pay you. And by pay you, they mean like a tenner. And I'm like, she said like X amount, and I was like, okay, I'll like it between these two prices. I'll go, right, that sounds reasonable. I thought it'd be higher. I'll go in the middle. I'll slap bang in the middle of your thing. If I'm a bit of a pain and like one of them takes longer because we're trying to tweak it, then I will I'll up it. So yeah, that's good. I've hired a fucking graphic designer, boys. Once we'd like thought of the idea, got someone to look at it when they get back from America, because they don't have their computer with them and stuff. They don't have the software they need. That's the one. When they get back, they'll be able to look at it for me. So I've got until mid-September, basically October, to lock down an idea and like set out the details and the colours as much as possible. And then we watched the last episode of Life on Mars, which was really good. It's nice watching a programme that, like, when they made it, they clearly knew they were going to end it within 2 series. You know what I mean? So they, like, it's just like nice and tightly wrapped in a bow, unlike other series, which are always got stuff left, right and centre so that they can not wrap up if they need to. It's nice. They don't really make programmes like that anymore. Things like Orange is the New Black, which has been going on long enough, I think at this point. To be fair, casting some shade here, the Americans are actually quite bad at ending things when they're supposed to end. Maybe with the exception of Breaking Bad. That's the only one I've seen recently that ended when it was supposed to end. But things like Prison Break, like the first season was good, they thought let's milk this for another 3, what the fuck, and the second was terrible, third was even worse, didn't even watch the fourth, because it was just outlandishly ridiculous. Ugly Betty, another one, it was good to start with and then it got repetitive, like just trying to milk a dead like horse, stop beating a dead horse. Big Bang Theory, others, and we used to make things that like finished when they were supposed to. Finished one take Sherlock, prime example. To a lesser extent, I guess. But like Life on Mars is the perfect example of a program that is 2 series as long, and that's it. We're gonna watch Ashes to Ashes. We've got to go back and get the DVD box set though. I reckon it's not too soon to go pick it up. We're going to watch Ashes to Ashes, and hopefully that's equally as good. What else is there that's... We've started to do it recently, to be fair. It might just be an old TV thing that gets repetitive. Oh, like The Watchmen. Like, that was fucking incredible, and it was like 3 episodes, and then that's it, it's just over. And you're like, I need more, and they're like, nope, not going to do it. That's enough of that. After that, Laura went to bed. I've been sitting and programming. I've now finished all of my arguments. I'm now stepping back and going into the argument builder, which is the thing that's responsible for picking them, populating them, and then I've got to go back and do the argument controller. So it's like I've kind of tunnelled in, I tunnel through, built everything, and then I kind of like pull it, like, so I create everything I need, and then step backwards, step backwards, step backwards, step backwards until I get back to where I originally was, and then down the next fork. So it's going good, ladies and gentlemen. It's been actually really productive. I've been flying, been on Atlas, so it's all been good, and I've now transferred the code over to my laptop so that I can do it again tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow though? tomorrow, just weird noises, just people talking upstairs. Tomorrow I am going to be at work again. What day is it tomorrow? It's a Thursday. Laura's going for a run tomorrow, so we'll probably go longboarding in the evening. But it's going to be a worky day, working on JSF, Java Service Faces, which is a knockoff MVC. And yeah, hopefully I can get my stuff sorted, because I did break it before I left quite badly, and I couldn't get it working, so I might just have to like gut it and start again, which isn't good. But yeah, that's that. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go to bed. I'm just going to hit my head on the pillow, fall the hell asleep. Another thing I've got to think about. Right. It's dawning on me that I have very little time to do things these days. If I go to bed at 1 o'clock every day, I can eke out tops 2.5 hours work time every day. Tops. And it's probably less than that most days. It's possible for me obviously to work at the weekends, but yeah, this is like me literally working solidly, like lunchtime, after 11 o'clock at night, maybe like the odd bit in the middle, 2.5 hours every day. And it's becoming increasingly apparent to me how much I've got to do. So I keep putting things on my to-do list that say like investigate X, and then that spawns 8 other things, and those individual things take me like a day's worth of researching before I could even start the original one. And there's just so much. I have my project that I want to make. I want to make a tool for blogging, which I want to make at some point, which is also going to be the thing that's going to be powering my website, which I want to be making. I need to make another 2 websites, I need to brand them, I need to do all this and this and this, and so much crazy stuff, and I've still got so much development work to do that I literally have like no time for anything else. And it's like, maybe in 2 years' time, I'll get some reward back. You know? It keeps me busy. I'm enjoying it. It's just a case of, I need to figure out firstly when to stop working every now and again, when to take breaks, and what most importantly I need to work out is how to keep track of all of that, how to plan my time for several months, and be like, right, okay, so I need to, by the end of this month I need this done, and set realistic goals that I can achieve, so that I'm not just like dawdling, or I'm not spending stupid amounts of time on things that don't matter. So yeah, that's about that really, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any idea of some kind of automatic, quick, easy, not a pain in the arse to use tooling or apps that can help me do that, then let me know. Because at the moment all I've got is a to-do list, and to-do lists don't give a good idea of what you've done previously and what you've got to do like in the long term, and it's difficult to like schedule things. So I thought about using a calendar, but then I don't think, like, the calendar's probably the best fit so far, but it doesn't give me an idea of how much I've done still. I think I want, and I've looked at things like Trello, but like that's basically a glorified to-do list. So I'm trying to think, I basically want like burn downs and stuff, but I don't want to spend forever and a day doing it, and it's not things that I would put in TFS online. When I finish translating my project into the latest version of TFS online, that's when I'll start doing that kind of stuff. But at the moment I'm just translating over, so I'm not doing that yet. But yes, if you know of anything, let me know. But yeah, I want to be able to track these projects over a number of months, and do it in a quick, easy, non-intrusive way. Alright, I'll leave you with that. I'll catch you later.